Megan Fox has never been one to shy away from making headlines, but this time it wasn't a red carpet gown or a bold role that had her trending. It was a single comment. A remark that seemed harmless to some, almost sweet even, but to Megan, it carried a sting sharp enough to make her blood boil. It all started during a recent public appearance with her ex-husband, Brian Austin Green, where a journalist casually referred to him as a good dad. The words were meant as a compliment, but in the messy, complicated world of co-parenting, those two little words sparked an emotional wildfire. For outsiders, it might be hard to see why such a simple phrase could cause such a strong reaction. But for Megan, it tapped into years of frustration, personal sacrifices, and the unseen labor that goes into raising 3 children in the spotlight. This wasn't just about one comment, it was about everything that came before it. Sources close to the situation say that Megan froze for a split second when she heard the words, her polite smile never slipping in front of cameras, but her eyes gave away just a flicker of irritation. Those who know her well could tell she was silently calculating whether to let it slide or address it. In the end, she chose to keep her composure in public. But behind closed doors, the gloves came off. This wasn't the first time Megan had felt her role as a mother overlooked in favor of her more famous ex being praised for even the bare minimum. And honestly, if there's one thing she can't stand, it's being made invisible in the narrative of her own children's lives. To really understand why Megan's reaction was so intense, you have to rewind the clock. Megan and Brian were married for nearly a decade, raising 3 boys while juggling demanding careers. When the marriage began to crumble, so did their ability to present a united front. Co-parenting in Hollywood is rarely without drama, but in their case, things were even more complicated by public perception. While Brian has often been photographed on casual outings with the kids, grocery shopping, park visits, beach days, Megan's public image has been tied more to blockbuster roles, edgy photo shoots, and her high-profile romance with Machine Gun Kelly. To the casual observer, it looked like Brian was the one putting in the day-to-day work, but that, according to those close to Megan, is actually a wildly skewed version of the truth. What the cameras don't show is Megan rearranging filming schedules to attend school events, spending late nights helping with homework over FaceTime, when she's on set and making parenting decisions that never make it into the tabloids. The reality is far more balanced than the public sees. And yet, time and time again, the praise seems to flow in one direction, towards Brian. This, friends say, is why the good dad comment landed like a slap. It wasn't about Brian being called good. It was about the implication that she wasn't, or at least that her efforts weren't equally worthy of recognition. Insiders say Megan vented her frustrations privately after the event, pointing out the double standard that plagues mothers, especially in celebrity culture. When a father shows up for a school drop-off or takes the kids for ice cream, he's hailed as a hero. When a mother does it, it's just her job. Megan has spoken before about the impossible balancing act of being both a devoted mother and a working actress. She's admitted to feeling guilt when work takes her away from her children, but she's also fiercely proud of showing them what it means to pursue your passions. Still, it's, hard not to feel undermined when a simple soundbite can erase years of effort. What makes this particular incident more layered is the history between Megan and Brian since their split. While they've both insisted they want the best for their kids, their post-divorce relationship has had its share of tension. Social media jabs, thinly veiled comments in interviews, and differences in parenting styles have all made headlines. Brian has moved on with dancer Sharna Burgess, with whom he shares another child, while Megan's relationship with MGK has been the subject of endless scrutiny. These personal changes have only added fuel to the fire, creating a dynamic where, honestly, even the smallest remark can feel like a provocation. And in Hollywood, image is everything. A good dad label isn't just a compliment, it's a narrative. It shapes public opinion, and, in a subtle way, affects everything from how fans view your parenting to how the press frames your personal life. For Megan, watching Brian be effortlessly framed as the good parent while she fights uphill against outdated stereotypes of career women and mothers in the public eye is infuriating. It's not just about credit, it's about fairness, visibility, and dismantling the idea that fatherhood is extraordinary while motherhood is expected. People close to Megan say that after the event, she called a few trusted friends to vent, expressing how tired she is of smiling through these moments. She reportedly joked, though not without bitterness, that maybe she should just start wearing world's okayest mom t-shirts to remind people she exists. Beneath the humor, though, is a woman who feels like her role is constantly being minimized. And while Megan has developed a thick skin over the years, moments like these scratch at old wounds. Interestingly, some sources claim that Brian was oblivious to the impact of the comment at the time. He allegedly thanked the reporter and moved on, not realizing the ripple effect it would cause. Others aren't so sure, pointing out that Brian is media savvy enough to know how soundbites play out in the press. Whether intentional or not, the comment shifted the spotlight, and Megan wasn't about to let that slide without at least acknowledging how it made her feel. By the following day, fans were already dissecting the incident online. Social media totally lit up with debates. Some folks sided with Megan, arguing that women in her position are often unfairly overlooked. Others, though, insisted the comment was harmless and Megan was just overreacting. The whole discussion quickly spiraled into larger conversations about gender roles, parenting expectations, and honestly, how celebrity culture can really distort reality. Hashtags like good dad bias and credit. The moms trended briefly, showing just how many people related to the deeper issue at play. Megan hasn't publicly addressed the incident directly, but those close to her say she's using the moment as fuel. She's reportedly been more vocal in her inner circle about advocating for equal recognition in parenting, and she's even tossed around the idea of speaking openly about the double standards she's faced as a mother in Hollywood. If there's one thing Megan is known for, it's turning frustration into action. Whether that means an interview, a social media post, or even weaving the topic into her future projects, she's not likely to let this go quietly. In the grand scheme of things, yes, it was just two little words, but for Megan Fox, it was a microcosm of a much bigger battle, one that countless mothers fight every single day. It's about being seen, being valued, and being recognized for the endless, often invisible work that goes into raising children. And if this incident proved anything, it's that even a good dad comment can open the floodgates to conversations that need to be had. In Hollywood, where every gesture is amplified and every word becomes part of a narrative, this won't be the last time parenting dynamics are put under the microscope. Because in the world of Hollywood parenting, every comment counts, and some words can start a storm.